doubts. I was weak within myself, but God was there to strengthen me, to encourage me. My faith was there to keep me strong, to hold on to God until here I am today. At the moment, my life in general is a blessing. My finances are stable, my health is good, my family's happy as well. At the moment, I'm working as a doctor. So I would say in general, my life is really good, it's great. It's been about 4 years since my life has been transformed. If it wasn't for faith, I don't think I would even be alive at the moment. There are many times where I went through battles that I didn't know how I would overcome, but I would go to the altar, I would use my faith, and I would always see a solution. I'd see God working in my life. Before I came to the Universal Church, I had a lot of things going on in my life. I was very depressed for a long time. I tried to excel or build up my life, but everything that came to my hands, it just seemed to never work. My family as well was very divided. I hadn't seen my dad for about 14 years. Inside of me, I had a lot of addictions. I had negative thoughts, a lot of negative voices in my mind. I didn't believe in myself. I couldn't sleep at night. I would have constant nightmares. I remember I had just tried to kill myself, and I was still going through thoughts of further attempts. And during that time, I was walking down the street in the town that I lived, and a young girl stopped me, and she spoke to me and said, "There's going to be a youth event. Why don't you come?" I don't know what made me accept the invitation, but I just accepted it. And little did I know that was the best decision I made in my life. I found myself there on the day, and I felt so much peace. I just felt so comfortable. And I thought to myself, wow, I haven't felt like this in a long time. So I thought, let me just stay here for some time and then I'll leave. But then someone invited me to a service that was going on straight after the event. I attended the service and an assistant prayed for me. And during that prayer, she said everything that I was going through at that time. And then it clicked in my head at that moment that the only person that really knows everything that I'm going through is God. So I thought, God must be here. And I remember at that time the pastor was saying, look, if you want your life to change, there is a way out. You don't need to accept what you're going through. Just come to the meetings and come to learn. And I said within myself, I'm gonna take this seriously. That was how I came to the church. To me, the Universal Church means a way out, as it was a way out for me. It is a second home for me. It is a place where I found people who genuinely cared for my soul. They cared for my well-being. It's a place where I found true friends, a supportive environment, and always people who are willing to listen. To be universal means to be free, to be someone who has come to Universal Church and has seen that God is in this place and can boldly say, come to this place as well. This is what God has done in my life, and God can do the same in your life as well. The process of learning to use my faith was, for me, a very rocky one, because I was someone that was very set in my own way. It took some time to really submit to what God was telling me to do. Some results I saw quite quickly. So within a few weeks, I found that I could sleep better. However, other results, they did take some more time. My change wasn't overnight. I was free from addictions within 8 months of being in the church. I had an assistant of the Universal Church that would help me. She taught me how to pray, how to do purposes, to conquer in certain areas of my life, how to make the most out of the church meetings. So it wasn't just me coming to the Universal Church, but I actually took what I learned there and applied it in my life. And that was where I started to see these changes. I started to have my own experiences with God, even when I was outside of the church. And this really built my faith up. The meetings of the Universal Church played a huge role in building and developing my faith. Many of my doubts were clarified through the meetings. I saw so many results in things that I never thought were possible. As a universal person, I've been blessed to be able to help others. I am currently an assistant of the church, So I'm able to counsel people, I'm able to pray for people, I'm able to go out and help with community outreach. I volunteer with the food bank, which has been a blessing as well. I'm a coordinator in the youth group of the church, which has also been a great blessing for me because I'm able to meet people who were just like me when I came to the church, and I'm able to understand where they're coming from. I didn't do this before because before I received the Holy Spirit, yes, I was inside the Universal Church, I was attending the meetings and I was seeing results in my own life, but all of my effort went towards building up my own life. I was very selfish in that sense. It was only until I received the Holy Spirit that I remembered where I came from and how my life was before I came to the Universal Church. And I started to have a strong desire to help people who were just like me before I came to the church. I desired to serve God more, to reach out to people, to evangelize, to support people in the youth group more, to bring people to the church so that they could be blessed in the same way that I was. In comparison to before I came to the Universal Church, I would say my life is completely different. I'm a completely different person. I have hope in my life. I set a goal and I'm able to believe that I could achieve it. In my career, I see blessings as well. I'm no longer failing in anything. Inside of me, I have peace. Of course, I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. So I'm not afraid of death. I'm sure that when I die, I'm going to be with God. By the power of faith, I've conquered a new life. I have been able to graduate from biomedical science. I've been able to graduate as a doctor, and I've got a good job and I don't work on Sundays. I've managed to free myself from all debt. I'm financially stable. By the power of faith, I have a united family. Myself and my dad, we speak, we're close. I'm no longer depressed. I'm no longer suicidal. I have no feeling or desires to self-harm or to harm myself in any way. On the contrary, I love myself. When I look in the mirror, I love what I see. I accept myself, including when I make mistakes. I absolutely do not regret being a part of the Universal Church. Thanks to Universal Church, I've been given a second chance in life. Coming to the Universal Church was like a turning point in my life. So I will always be grateful for what the Universal Church has done for me.